Hello everyone and welcome to another part of Let's Play Airlinesim. This time we are in Bolivia, as you might know. And I have to admit that again this is a bit more of a challenge than I anticipated. I wanted to say expected, but anticipated is better. So let's see what the Bolivian Airways look like now. Are you ready? Fleet size ranking 17 and an awesome BBB rating, which is now AAA rating. Changed like 10 times in the past couple of days. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why do I have so many planes? And why do I have so much money? Well, I'm gonna try to explain. Bolivian Airways, as you remember them, went through what I would call rapid expansion and rapid, well, transformation probably would be a good word. We currently have a fleet of 17 airplanes, 7 Embraers, 135 extended range regional jets, and then we have 3, 6, 10 dash 8s. We have 200s, 300s, 1A, 2As, 1B. Then we have 4 8 200s. And then we have 3 8 400s. As you can see, the flight schedule is accordingly larger or bigger, or whatever you choose to call it. Suffice to say that I'm checking this every single day 2 times, and I'm doing my very best to keep this company alive, because believe you me, it is not easy. Now, when the original plan crashed and burned and I realized that there is so little demand around here, I had to sort of do a check on the forums, and I found out that there was a lot of complaint about low demand in Brazil and low demand in Southern America whatsoever. I have to say that this is correct. There's almost no demand interstate, mostly domestic, and this led to a simple conclusion. We need to have a lot of flights to as many places as possible with as small planes as possible. The 135s are very inefficient, but they managed to get in some decent numbers. They're each flying 2 flights per day on the medium range or medium haul range. On the short haul, I stick to 4 daily waves apart by 6 hours, and I'm trying to somehow make this happen, but it ain't easy. When we look at the income statement, we are currently, well, we're in, I didn't want to, balance sheet is the thing I wanted to show you guys. And you can see that the current company value is still about 300,000 bucks lower than it should be in the beginning. These are the casualties from the first, well, it was the second week, I believe, which I wanted to then show you on the income statement, where we lost over 600,000 Airlinesim dollars. Now, last week was really hard. I tried my best. We had some miscellaneous expenses as well. We had training, there was some training here as well, but we had extra training because I needed to retrain the staff. We had extra... Anyway, the extra handling fees because I had to get all these planes home. Well, it was kind of creepy day generally. On the other hand, the good news is that we seem to be stable, because even last week, and last week was much worse than this week, we managed to scrape in a bit of a profit. Now, what do I expect? I am not certain. We don't have any large. Uh, no, we really don't. Just about, well, nearly 600,000 bucks. We will earn about 1.5 million, I think, because that we have more airplanes. We will pay about, well, 1,300,000. I don't really know. I think we will be somewhere around 100 to 150,000 bucks in green numbers, but that can change. As I said, I'm doing all I can to make this happen. Uh, I couldn't do this without 3 or 4 destinations that are basically all my real income. It's Santa Cruz Viru Viru. As you can see, there's almost all of these flights are in green, where I'm milking this as much as I can. I'm actually thinking about raising the price even slightly higher, but I'm paranoid that we might break. I also put so many flights there uh, as was possible, humanly possible. So each of these flights is earning us quite a lot. The same for the return flights. Some are more successful, some are less successful, but we. I think there's still some place to increase this, although yeah, you can see that some of the flights aren't flying full, even in economy class, and the business class is definitely not full. As we add more flights to other destinations, these numbers effectively get higher, but it's not that good. Another one that's really good and that I managed to stabilize on decent numbers is Sucre. There was enough place for 3 daily flights. Each of these is earning us some nice money to, yeah, about 27% margin. Uh, so that makes me happy. Uh, the thing is, we are gonna increase the price here slightly as well. I'm checking this in a way that there is a line where you will get no bookings at all. If you go over that line, that would mean, let's say, I don't know, 300,000 bucks lost in one day. So I'm really carefully rising and seeing where we can push it. Also, these people need to connect, so we can't really, take everything from them. And of course, where is it? Cocachamba is another very successful destination. But you can see that the numbers aren't that good here as they could be. Yeah, but we're still earning decent money even with the flights not entirely full, which is I added many more flights, so it kind of got distracted in between them. Regarding the international flights, it is definitely poor. Uh, oh, by the way, one thing that kind of surprised me is Taria, which is earning us nice amount of money, and also the other domestic destination. I'm not sure which one. Is it? No, Taria is here. Sucre is here. Riberalda, I don't know. Well, by the load factors, you can see that we're not doing all that good. We have a couple of destinations that are fine, but basically anything past this line is a loss at some point. So there isn't much I can do. I mean, I've been dropping prices and tweaking them non-stop to somehow make this work. Uh, but every change I do just makes it worse in some cases, better in some other. For example, Lima is working, but there's a lot of competition on this route, and you can see that we have 150 bucks per economy and 290 per business class, and we are making very little money from this route, and that's one of our best. And there are flights where we are actually losing a lot. But I'm trying to make sure at least that we will pay for the direct expenses if we cannot pay for the indirect ones. And I'm fishing for interesting aircraft from our fleets that I'm putting to new destinations and trying new stuff. Sometimes there are good offers, sometimes there are bad offers. I don't want anything extremely old or extremely expensive, so I go mostly for what is cheapest and what we can offer, and trying to balance it. The very high age is decreasing our chances. Well, I'm on a wrong spot. But on the other hand, we cannot afford brand new airplanes, so I have to balance it so that it's actually worth. I sometimes see a plane that I'm thinking that I should get and switch it for a plane that we already have. For example, this plane I wouldn't get. It's very old and the leasing rate is really high. On the other hand, this one has a very low leasing rate, which I think we could get. But we're not paying that much for airplanes. That's For example, I got this for $5,000 per week, which is an insanely low cost when you compare it to, for example, this one is for $7,000. But yeah, when you compare it, for example, this one has the same capacity and it's $20,000. I think we might. How old is this one? It's the CP002. It's 17 years old and we're paying $20,000 for it. And this one is 3 years older and we would be paying only 10. So we would save some money there, but by switching it, we wouldn't really do us that much good. But the game seems to think that we are past the worst moments. I'm trying to hope that it's right. This is the last week. You can see some preliminary numbers for this week as well. I managed to increase everything, and the best of these is the seat load factor, which I increased past 82.5%. On the other hand, this week we lost another percent, so that's bad news. Other than that, everything went up, so I'm really happy about that. Apart from revenue per flight, these are one of the most important statistics, and I pretty much cannot be proud about those. But we'll see. We'll see how it works. At this point, I'm waiting. You can see that I have really a lot of airplanes for a young company. I'm trying to get as many points up in the air as possible with as low cost as possible, because the more destinations we get, the better we are, because then we can try to somehow manage it better. I was thinking of switching certain destinations like Santiago de Chile and Sao Paulo to a larger airplane. We'll see. It all depends on the numbers. I need to know if we are still losing money or if we are making money. Then we can plan something. By the way, I wanted to mention that someone noted in the comments that most flights don't depart in the real world from La Paz, but from Santa Cruz, the international ones. I actually tried putting a plane to Santa Cruz. The numbers were appalling as well, so that's not really an issue here. The difference to get the larger airplane wouldn't be that big, so we could possibly upgrade this as a next step for certain destinations. And there's a lot of points here that we might grab. For example, this one isn't really that expensive when you compare it to man, I need to drop these. This is horrifying. Can't we get better ones? Long term that would be good, but and this one as well, that's way too expensive. I really need to start switching planes because some of these are ridiculously expensive. I try to grab as many points as possible in the beginning, and I'm kind of thinking that we should switch. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop some of the more expensive points and get some cheaper ones, but who knows? But what did I want to see? Oh, I wanted to see if there are some cheaper dashes. As those that I have are so insanely expensive. Oh, they really aren't. Leasing rates are really high. For this price, I could get like free. No, not free. 10 smaller airplanes. Jesus, but these are really efficient. Well, I won't do anything. That's for certain until we get some final numbers for this week. I would like to think that we could get to somewhere around 100, 200,000 bucks in profit for such a large fleet. That would be awesome. I have new destinations that I want to service. When you check these are all marked as potential new flights that could get more people to us. And like Belém, I've been thinking about a long time. Belo Horizonte, I think that Caracas could be good, but that one is quite far away. Cartagena, there's a lot of Brazilian destinations that I would like to get. Natal, Paramar, I think might be good. Quito, I decided is worthless completely because we're not getting anything from there. Recife might be interesting. Salvador, we'll see. I'm trying to add them as I go because some might be good. You can see that I added some recently that we don't have any numbers for yet. We'll see. The Iquitos, by the way, is I think quite promising. It was one of the big surprises I had. Yeah, Iquitos got really good numbers right off the bat. Not for return though, but for departure. And with me servicing more Brazilian destinations, Brasilia also became quite interesting. So that's a candidate for upgrade too. Though the return leg is horrifying. But yeah, might be good, might not be good. We'll see. So this is all that's happening. I know I have kept silent, but bear in mind that this time I'm trying not to make the same mistake. I'm working on this heavily. I'm trying my best. We'll see if I can manage something. The numbers so far aren't that bad. It's definitely a challenge that I'm enjoying because there's a lot into this that I haven't seen before. So yeah, I guess that's all. One last thing. I really wish the biggest company in the continent, or it's Air Chile, that guy is the only one who's not helping me. Everyone else happily signed interlining contract and try to help me. Some of them are really big, like Goldenberg Brazil. He's really helping me. He has 114 flights. I think that his feed is really important. A few other Paraguay. Aero Chasqui, I don't even know how to say that, in Peru. Most of them are really friendly and trying to help, but Air Chile, the one biggest company that I could get, is the only one that didn't help. So yeah, I guess that's life. Anyways, that's all for now. I'll get to you with another update when I feel like it or when I'll have some more new numbers. I consider the original LP tutorial. This one is more fun for me, so I'm not gonna report and explain everything. But it's nice to see that you guys have enjoyed the original one and are keeping up with this as well. So yeah, this time it's really all. You guys take care and join me next time.